Alright, so today I'll be explaining Hive Treasure Wars, a Minecraft minigame consisting of 8 players and the last person standing wins. This game is much like Sky Wars, but unlike Sky Wars, after dying you have the ability to keep respawning until somebody punches your treasure. This is Hive Treasure Wars, but your parents understand. First thing I do is I wait over here to gather enough resources to buy materials. I use the gold I got to barter and buy some blocks. I use the blocks to bridge, hoping to rush my opponent. After making a really cool bridge, I failed to hit my spacebar correctly. Since nobody punched my treasure, I respawned, I go back to the barter, and I buy a weapon. I use the bridges I already made to re-rush my opponent, and I make sure to land the jump. I punch his treasure so he can't respawn, and then I flawless him off. I grab his resources. Since he doesn't have enough, I'm going to throw them all in the chest, and I'm going to do something called voiding. Jumping off the island in hopes of dying, just so I can respawn at my base with all the stuff in the chest. I use the gold for my summoner, and the gold in the chest, to buy whatever I need. I decide to buy concrete to cover up my treasure so nobody can tap it easily. I then grab more resources and buy a few more building materials so I can build a mid. I build my bridges to middle, and then I go around collecting the most valuable gem in the game, emeralds. After collecting all the emeralds that have spawned, I go back to my base, making sure to grab some diamonds along the way. I use the resources to make my summoner spawn gold faster so I can buy more materials. I hear somebody digging my treasure and I immediately attack them to kill them before they're able to touch my treasure. I then buy the lowest set of armor I can get, which is chainmail armor, with some of the resources I have. I attempt to build a second bridge to mid, but I see the guy in mid has better gear than myself. Therefore I opt to take a different route and go to another person's diamond generator to get more resources and hopefully buy iron armor instead. Using the diamonds I picked up and the diamonds in the chest, I'm able to afford buying the next level of armor, which is iron. I also buy myself a diamond sword, a few ender pearls to teleport around, some snowballs, and a compass leading to exactly where my opponent is. I see him at my base, and luckily he hasn't touched my treasure yet, so I can still respawn at any time. I try to throw some projectiles at him to knock him off, but none of them land. Don't worry, I'm usually better with throwing these things. I see that he has projectiles, so I make sure to block up the bridge and pearl behind him. I teleport after him and hope to land a few hits on him. He keeps building away and none of my snowballs land. I saw him go to mid, so I turned myself around and tried to beat him to mid. He saw me approaching and turned around, and I used his bridge to start building over to him, until I finally take him out. So that was Hive Treasure Wars, but your parents understand. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing. Make sure to show this to your favorite person above the age of 30, and if this doesn't work, pray.